Welcome to the first GIP Financials live stream. I am your host, Sonia Jones, otherwise known as the Mr. Miyagi of Money. And we are going to talk about the three financial mistakes CEOs make. GIP Financials is doing some big things, y'all. I just want to let you know that. And we are here to serve CEOs. First of all, to prioritize, to help them to empower them to prioritize their numbers. And not only help them to prioritize their numbers, but to also position their businesses for success. There is no way you can be a profitable business without knowing your numbers, CEOs. Period. That's the young people say, period. Right? So we're going to talk about the three financial mistakes. So I will not be before you long, especially because we have started late. So, with that being said, I'm going to just give you a little history about GIP and how we got started. So, GIP Financial started in 2019. And because I still have a full time job, I am a school administrator and I oversee the finance and operations for our local charter school here in Memphis. And as I've been in this particular position, this is going on. We just wrapped up year 8 and we're going into year 9. Can you believe year 9? I'm talking to my homie on the other side of the camera. Y'all got to have some. Y'all got to have free. I got the most 5 friends ever. I love the 5 folks. All right. So with that being said, GIP Financials came to be because as Director of Finance and Ops, one of the things that we value at my school is that we not only support local businesses in the neighborhood, we also support our parents that are small business owners or just, parents that are just trying to, create extra income for their families. Of course, we want to patronize them, right? But with that, because we are school, our funds are, we have to be held accountable and folks are watching our stuff like a hawk, right? So with that, there were some teaching opportunities, for our vendors, if you will, just to teach them about, the W-9 and the proper way to, prepare your invoices and things like that. And that's where I saw the need where I want to merge my financial acumen with my teaching skills. And voila, we got GIP Financials. And GIP is an acronym for Get in Position, right? Because that is the only way you, CEO, are going to be able to have the business that's going to create impact. So, with that being said, let's talk about these financial fundamentals, shall we? So, as I stated before, we've got 3 mistakes. We're not going to go over all 3 tonight because they are, full of information. I'm a teacher, so I overplan. That's what I do. So tonight we're going to talk about mistake number 1, tomorrow mistake number 2, and then Friday mistake number 3. And then I'm also going to show and talk about at the end of tonight some things we got planned over the summer. And y'all, it's going to be live. I cannot wait. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited to go ahead and share this broadcast. And if you know anybody that owns a business, please share this with them because they need to know. All right. So the first mistake, and these mistakes, I just think they just didn't come up like a rabbit out of my hat. These mistakes, I'm looking at my computer. I'm 42 years old again. And I got my notes blowed up, highlighted on my computer so I can see. Who's it? What's up, Don? What's up, Don? I haven't forgot about you. I'm looking at. I gotta stay focused, Don. I gotta stay focused. I hope you had a good birthday. All right. So mistake number 1: when people want to start be CEOs, you got this great idea. You want to get the ground, hit the ground running. The first thing you got to make sure that you do is establish your business properly. That's the first mistake we're going to talk about tonight. So what I'm going to do is just give you some practical things to think about as you're thinking about your business. If you have questions, feel free to add questions to the comments and all that good stuff. And I will do that at the end because I have to stay focused. I was told that I have to look at the camera. So I got to keep my eyes here. And so I've got support that's going to let me know at the end who's got questions and stuff like that. So there you go. All right. So as you're establishing your business, this is what we call creating your business entity. You can't just start a business and wake up in the morning and say, oh, I want to start a business today. There is some paperwork that you have to put in place. So the first thing you have to do is establish your local business license. Now, hear me clearly. There's two licenses or two, pieces of paperwork that you have to file. One with your local government, which is the city or the county that you're in, and the second one is with your state. Now, the one regarding your state is going to be based off of the type of business that you have. But regardless of the business that you have, the local license is necessary, because guess what? If you're opening a business, guess what you got to do? You got to pay tax, man. You got to pay tax. So first things first. And so because I live in the great city of Memphis, M-Town represent. What's up, man? Wakanda. Right? So if you live in Memphis, for example, you will have to file your local business license with the Shelby County Clerk. Right? What you need? Okay, yeah. Okay. So you have to file your local business license with the Shelby County Clerk. Okay, so if you are in whatever local government you have, search for your city government or your county government. 9 out of 10 is going to be your county government, but everybody's different, right? So just saying that. Second thing, with the state is going to be your Secretary of State. Okay, now when you're registering your business with your Secretary of State, this is going to be primarily for your limited liability corporations, otherwise known as your LLCs, your partnerships. If you're starting a business with someone else, you must file that partnership with your Secretary of State, and any type of corporation, being an S Corp or a C Corp. That paperwork has to be registered with the Secretary of State. Got it? If you're a sole proprietor and you're not doing an LLC, your local business license should suffice. Okay. So that's the first thing. Get your business license in order. Second thing, you must apply for your EIN, right? And the EIN is basically your business's social security number, your employer identification number, right? And so we're going to speak that into existence, because every business doesn't start off with employees, but at the end of the day, you're going to need that number for something. Right. And especially if you're starting a business, you want to make sure to keep your business and your personal affairs separate. And that's the best way to do it with an EIN. I even recommend, especially if you're a sole proprietor, I would even start it then. Right. Because you're going to grow. And when you start growing, you don't have to go back and say, oh, I need an EIN. Go ahead and have it now. Because as you're starting to generate income and then you want to expand and start scaling your business, guess what you're going to need? Capital. You're going to need funding. And guess what they're going to ask for? Your EIN. So go ahead and get it taken care of. Next thing. So we got the license. We got the EIN. And then next, what we have? Your business checking account. I'm going to tell you something. I started GIP Financials in 2019. So the pandemic was right around the corner, right? And when the PPP loan particularly came out, this mistake right here was the one that kept many businesses from getting that PPP loan. They did not have a business checking account. And that's what a lot of the lenders did to basically separate the businesses from the businesses. Say it like that, right? And it was just, that's what it was. And that's what I explained to my clients. I mean, it was one of the ways for the lenders really to be quite honest, to limit risk. If you already had an established business, even if you had sole proprietorship, you had a separate bank account with the EIN number directly for that business, you got that PPP loan. It was simple as that. So guess what? All hope is not lost. If you still, even if you have a sole proprietorship, there are plenty of free online business checking accounts. I use one and it works fine for me because most of my transactions are electronic anyway. If you would prefer to have a local bank, check your local banks and ask them about their small business products. Okay, because you want to be banking with someone that supports small business, and their products will let you know if they support small business, right? I know a couple of my clients, when they first started their businesses and they set everything up the way that I advised them to, those banks not only gave them a checking account, but they automatically had a line of credit, just like that. So it's definitely possible. So you just have to make sure that you have your ducks in a row. All right. So we've got license, EIN, business checking account. Got it? The next thing that you need is a form called a W-9. And let me tell you about the glory of the W-9. The W-9 lets the business that you are rendering services to, that lets them know that you are a legit business, and you're telling them by giving them this W-9 that one, they are obligated to report whatever monies that they give you to you in a form called a 1099. You'll normally get that within the month of January of the new year, to reflect any wages that they paid to you in the prior year. And what that piece of paper says is that one, you guys exchanged, right, service for revenue, and then you are going to be obligated to report that income on your taxes to the IRS, otherwise known as the alphabet boys, right? So the W-9, in my personal opinion, is an integrity form. You'll be surprised how many businesses the W-9 is like kryptonite. Wait a minute, what? I was just trying to Well, if you try to do all that, you don't need to be in business. And I'll just be honest with you. If you're not going to submit or at least have a W-9, then you're not my client. I can't roll with you, because we have to be able to document the income that you have. And we're not going to be just constantly searching for receipts and audit. We're not going to do that. So one of the best practices that I advise my clients, and I'll say it on both ends, as a business owner, I'm going to make sure that when I issue an invoice for my services, especially for, this is business to business. Let me make sure I say that. Business to business. I'm going to make sure that they have a W-9 for me. Just like that. Now, if these are my clients that I'm doing bookkeeping services for, that's already taken care of, because I see all the information in QuickBooks. But say if this is a service, like say if I'm doing a consultation and I might not have access, to their accounting software, I'm going to send them an invoice, and I'm also going to attach a W-9, so they won't have to be looking for me or emailing me at the beginning of next year, So just keep those things in mind. This is definitely not only an integrity thing, but also a customer service thing, right? Because the last thing that you need is somebody trying to look for you to give you a piece of paper. Don't do that, especially if you're a CEO. And if you notice, I'm not using the language small business, because every business is a business, period. And we're not going to speak limitation on your business CEO, right? So there is no small and small. We're going to take that, throw it in garbage, right? So if you are a CEO, CEOs are integral, right? And your business is only going to grow and be as effective as you are, as your character is. It's as simple as that. right? So we've got business license, EIN, business checking account, W-9. I got a bonus for you. I was doing my makeup. I said, you know what? Holy Spirit gave me one more thing I think is very important when you're establishing your business, particularly for service-based business. You have to have business insurance. My God. You got to have business insurance. Okay. One of the things when we talked about the Secretary of State, right, in the different entities like the LLC, the partnership, the corporations, the biggest benefit of those entities is going to be liability. If your business is under one of those entities, God forbid if something happens and somebody sues your business, they're suing your business. They're not suing you, which means that they don't have access to any of your personal assets. They only have access to the assets of the business. Okay, so that's for free. But regardless of the entity that you are, because people right now are so litigation happy and things that folks are looking to get paid in some way, shape, or form. I would recommend everybody get business insurance. It doesn't have to be a super big policy. For me, for example, because I am an accountant, bookkeeper, I have what they call errors and omissions insurance, because there might be a situation where, God forbid, a client might get audited and they may say it's my fault. And I'm like, my bad, man. We're going to take care of that thing. We're going to file a claim and be done with it, right? Those things not only protect you, but they protect your family, right? Everybody that has a business for a reason, because you are, want to improve your lifestyle for your family. You may want to just realize a dream or whatnot, right? So all it takes is one decision and it could just go left. But you have to make sure as you are investing into your business, notice I said investing, not just spending money in your business. You have to make sure that everything that you've worked hard for is protected. Okay. And like I said, those insurance policies are not that expensive. As a matter of fact, there was I think I had a previous client that didn't have insurance at first, but they wanted to vend at a particular exhibit, like some type of like expo or something like that. And the expo required that they have liability insurance up to a certain amount. I think it was like $50,000 or something like that. You can get a policy for about maybe $40, $50 or something like that, depending on the insurance company that you use. I use a company called the Hartford, Hartford, for my business insurance. I know there are others, but that's the one that I use. I'm also a mobile notary, and so I have to have a separate policy for that as well. So yeah, make sure, especially in the industry that you're in, find out which insurance policies you need. Don't ask insurance folks. You need to ask somebody that's in your industry that's successful. It asks them what type of insurance they have. If you are a service-based business and you're trying to contract with local government, school system, anything like that, they are going to require, you can't even apply for the RFP. You cannot submit the RFP without having general liability of at least, depending on what the project is, like $1 million. And if you're awarded the bid, you have to add that particular business, your client, as additional insured. So this is how serious this is, right? That if you're going to do $1 million policy, it might just be, a couple $100, right? You don't want to miss making 6 or 7 figures in a year because you don't want to spend $400 or $500. Make it make sense, right? Just saying. Okay. So with that being said, let's see if y'all are paying attention. Let's see, I'm looking to see who all I'm looking on my phone. I see. Hey Bree. That's my god, baby. She'll be watching Mama Sonya. All right. And so I can't watch the other one because I don't know. That's too much work. I'll get distracted. I told y'all I was told I gotta follow directions to see. I'm being good. All right. So let's talk about the 5 things about when you're establishing your business. You got to have business license. You got to have an EIN. You have to have a business checking account. Let me say this. You better not go out there and get a second personal account talking about this is my business checking account. Sir, ma'am, do right and go get a business account. And don't you dare go up in the phone bank and not have an EIN number. You have to have, you got to have an EIN number. I'm in mama mode now because I've seen it way too much. All right. And we want to be proactive. I picked June the 1st to do this live for a reason because we are halfway through 2022. And you have to make sure that your finances are in order now. I cannot stress to you that you got to be proactive. This is where you save your money in taxes right now. Half the year is already gone. So you have to be proactive and make sure that you're taking care of your business. If nobody else is watching your financials, you got to have somebody needs to put their eyes on your money like yesterday. Because this prevents you from what I call having sticker shock. By the time you put all your receipts in a Ziploc bag, you take them to the tax preparer, and then they say, "Oh, you owe about $10,000 in taxes." Then you ready to fight because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Yeah, I see it. I see it happen too much. Most of the time when people come to me, they are already in crisis. This is my ministry. I'm doing this for you now. So the IRS, the alphabet boys, gonna give you a whooping in January. They shouldn't have to go outside and get a switch for you, CEO. So let's please, can we get in position today? Can we do it? Can I see some hearts today? Just saying. Me fussing. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. Because I'm tired of y'all come to me talking about and you are. I'm helping you now. So if you want to make sure that you don't have a repeat of last tax year, you need to get with me right now. Okay? So that's all I have for you today. I told you we're going to be short. We're going to be short and sweet. And so, my notes. I always have notes. So before I go into all the nitty gritty, save these dates. June 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd. GIP Financials will be hosting its first challenge called Secure the Bag CEO Challenge. And what we're going to teach in the Secure the Bag CEO Challenge is basically that. I'm going to be teaching you best practices to not only secure your bag, but to keep your bag. You work hard. God gave you this business to impact and serve the world. Guess what? He wants you to save that money. Of course, you're going to have to pay taxes. This is not what I'm saying. You're going to have to pay some taxes, but you don't have to pay more taxes than you should, right? So that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you in my Memphis terms some super 5 tricks to make sure that your tax liability is reduced. Right? So that's what we're going to be talking about. It's June the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And more information will be coming for that. The enrollment will be, hopefully we're going to try to get it out by the end of this week. If not, we're definitely going to do it next week. The prices are, for general admission, is only $47. $47. But I'm also going to have a VIP price as well. The VIP price is $197, and what you get for VIP, you get an extra hour with me before the general admission. So from 6 to 7, you get a chance to hang out with me and my GIP team. I might be able to bring in some of my partners. Hopefully they're available and they'll be able to come in, and you got an hour to ask as many questions as you want. Right now, depending on how many people are in VIP, you might have to, rotate. We have to facilitate all that. You got to be in order. But if you got some pressing things going on with your business and it's something that we can take care of and help you with, that's why you need to be in the VIP in the 197. Right? So that's basically what that is. And what else I got on here? Oh, yes. If you want to talk to me before then, I do offer consultations. And if you go to my website, www.gipfinancials.com, you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation. Who is that? What's up, Ivy? Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate that. So, if you need to schedule a consultation with me, feel free to do that. I'm telling you now, next week, I will be out of town because guess what? I told you GIP, this is the year of first for GIP. So we got our first live webinar. We got our first challenge. And next week, we will be in Miami, Florida for the Black Equity Conference. That's our first official vending event. We're going to be a vendor there, and we're going to be talking to all the CEOs that are going to be there. Going to be over 3,000 Black CEOs, right, doing big things. And so we're going to help those CEOs get in position and just evangelize and talk about the importance of being proactive with your money. That's all we're going to do. And I got a special surprise, but I'm not going to tell y'all. Y'all going to have to see it next week. But I will give you a hint. It has something to do with my GIP nickname. That's all I'm going to give it. Because if you know me, you know I come on my sleeve. Folks going to remember GIP Financials when we leave Miami. Because I'm a whole clown. All right. So did I take care of everything? Hold on. Let me get on my window. Did I take care of everything? I want to shout out my team. I want to shout out. I told you it's the year of first. So I'm going to definitely shout out the GIP. We got to figure out a name for the GIP team. We got to think like a good quartet name. The Positionettes. Good God Almighty. St. Jones. And the Positionettes too. Yeah, the Positionettes. Now we got to get us a uniform. All right, anyway, I told you I'd be a clown. So to all of my apprentice / staff accountants, my customer concierge, my team, thank you so much for just being there. My homie on the other side of me on the camera, my homie, I gotta give you a title too. She's a positionette. She don't know. She is an official positionette. And then the genius behind this live stream is Tyranny Scott of the PCE Academy. Bless your socks, man. We honor the woman of God and her technical expertise. Yes. And I'd be remiss if I did not shout out my family that made it possible. I got shout out Liam Neeson. Y'all know my husband is he opened up this camera box and he put this camera together. He opened up he read the manual and he put this camera together for me. He did do it. And so I have to say, babe, thank you, babe, thank you. And all my kids, I think Gyro's on the Instagram live. So all my kids love me. So that's it. That's all I got today. Y'all see my makeup? You should show me how to do my makeup, Karen Boo. Shout out to the inner circle. Oh, they're my people. I see. Represent. Let me see. Pastor Sean is in the house. We honor you, woman of God. Yeah. You see my comedy show? I told Pastor Sean, that because we in M Town. I told her we were gonna do it pimp style, get a fur. We gotta get past Sean first. She said, no, it's too hot. So I said, okay, we're gonna figure it out, but we're gonna do big things. Let me see. Did the flyer? Can we show the flyer again? Y'all got to see this flyer that Tierney did. Let's go. Where my M-Town people at? Y'all see the bridge down there at the bottom. Don't play with it. Y'all, Tierney did that. When I saw the whole downtown at the bottom, I said it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Tierney, you did your thing. But shout out to my inner circle sisters, CEOs. You got to get some coaching. If you want to go higher, you got to get access to some folks that are doing it and doing it well, right? Just saying. Coaching changed my life. Coaching and therapy. Child, let me go to therapy. You got to go to therapy. Just saying. Change your life. All right, I'm done. I'm done being a clown. All right. Did we have any questions or anything in the comments before I log off here? I don't know. Let me see. Because I don't want to be rude. Shout out to Karen. Karen, I can see my eyeshadow. I did it all the way up above the crease, like you said. I'm teachable. CEOs, you got to be teachable. Just saying. You got to be teachable. No questions? I'm looking on the thing. I hope you guys learned something. Did y'all learn something? You did. I see some hearts. They doing some hearts on the Facebook Live. Thank y'all. I sure appreciate it. Nothing? All right, I'm finna. Nothing. Okay, cool. All right. So again, thank you guys for your patience and coming on. All right. Thank you, Dime. I appreciate that. They sending me text messages, encourage. I'm telling you, baby, that's the only way folks gonna get set free. We got to tell the truth. We got to tell the truth, right? So again, tomorrow, 7 o'clock, we're going to talk about mistake number 2. We're going to talk about your money in system. The accounting term for it is accounts receivable. All right, so be ready for that. All right, y'all. Toodaloo. Thank y'all for coming. I'll see you guys